Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of great millstone that rule well, and Shalom to all the brothers in the way steering truth. I got this article on the Metro got into, again, this disease X, which it picked up steam during winter. And it's getting pushed out there because it's essentially, well, if you go back to the end, well, even the midst of the pandemic, you had it being mentioned by Bill Gates like, the next the next pandemic will be deadlier. And now it's like there's not, well, they've basically come to calling it disease X, where it's not even got a designation, a name, or any form of understanding, because they're just saying like, yo, this thing's coming. At least that's what they say. But and it's being spoken about. It's being promoted, it's being pushed into people's minds. These are the things we're gonna see. Because why? Because as far as for most people, they're they're doing everything in their power to forget what the fuck happened during the pandemic, and that all those systems that were set in place globally, like laws that were passed, structures that were built, now it's to flip back to it is way easier. Legally and just in the minds of the people as well. So what does it say? A fresh pandemic even deadlier than C-19 could be on the horizon, and humanity is not remotely prepared to deal with it. WHO's top doctor has warned. WHO boss Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said disease X could wreak havoc across the globe because people have failed to learn lessons from previous pandemics. Speaking to the World Government Summit in Dubai, Dr. Tedros said civilization was unprepared for the next pandemic. Exactly 6 years ago, I said the world was not prepared for a pandemic and expressed my concern at that time that a pandemic could happen at any time. Less than 2 years later, the C-19 pandemic struck, and the world is still not prepared today. In the aftermath of C-19, millions of people are dead with social, economic, and political shocks that reverberate to this day. These painful lessons we learned are in danger of being forgotten as attention turns to other crises confronting our world. And for a period of time, C-19 was the penultimate news. It's like now in this time that seems quaint, because now it's what you're hearing about the Middle East, the state Israel and Palestine, Iran, you're hearing about Ukraine, the Ukraine war, and still various other events happen globally on a regular scale to kind of draw in, people's attention, mindset. But that feeds into people being overwhelmed, man. As these things come together, it's not just gonna be like, a simple single thing. It's gonna be a combination of factors that will just, hit like a wave over people, man. That wave's gonna crash into them and bowl them over, man. And a lot of them, they're gonna be paralyzed with shock. They're gonna be done out, because why? These things are they're essentially putting far off the day, man. a lot of these huge issues within society now are just kind of dealt with. Oh, they're just kind of baked in, like it's just, it's just a thing. It's relatively normal. But then, it's complete confusion being introduced into the mix, which then, has what broader spanning impacts. Zaz says, but if we fail to learn those lessons, we will pay dearly next time, and there will be a next time. The cycle of panic and neglect is beginning to repeat. Disease X is the name given to a hypothetical disease or pathogen that humanity is not equipped to deal with. No one can predict where or when the next Disease X will emerge, but its existence is a matter of when, not if. Disease X may be caused by, a V or a new CV, or maybe caused by, something new we don't even know about yet. So yeah, he's essentially just saying like, yo, expect it, man. And it's funny because he's correct. As soon as it passed, people wanted to put that in the rearview mirror. They didn't want to be thinking about that in the slightest, man. They didn't want to be thinking about that for shit. They didn't want to be thinking about that for shit. 2 Ezra 16 and 17 says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famines and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? And yeah, that's the question a lot of people need to be thinking about, because for them it's not a reality. They're thinking like, yo, next weekend's always gonna come, the next holiday, next higher holidays as far as they're observed within the society. They're thinking about an Easter, a Christmas, a May Day, May Bank holiday. They're thinking of all these little days where a means for themselves to, to basically get a little buzz, a little positive experience. The reality is, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for remembrance. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. And yeah, that's these things, that pestilence is sent. It's sent as a scourge for remembrance. It's meant to be an event to look to and be like, damn, okay, we're getting judged. We need to correct and adjust. But now it's the mindset is, Esau's gonna take care of everything, or they're caught up in the mix of their own existence. They're trying to glorify themselves. So they're completely lost in the source, giving no heed to what's happening. So as I say, behold, victuals shall be good, so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves of being good case, and even then shall evils grow on the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. And yeah, if I'm foolish, chill. Everyone thought it was so-called peaceful, so-called relaxed. But what's being so-called peaceful, so-called relaxed? But what's what's the reality? It's on the cusp, man. We're seeing them birthing pains, man. We're seeing the contractions. So 2 Timothy 3:1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. And yeah, that's what people aren't giving heed to, giving mind to. Because what does it say? For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. Yeah. These are all the avenues that people can, lock into in the present day. And very much do. I'll skip down a bit to verse 13. It says what? But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned, and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them. Yeah. Evil men and seducers will wax worse. Well, you got to hold on to what you got. Because, yeah. Evil men and people are basically decaying, man. Disintegrating on a moral and fundamental level, man. They're wasting away. Physically and spiritually. And that's becoming more and more evident over time. Because why? Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in the earth. No, and ye that dwell in them. So like, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you having great wrath, because he know that you have but a short time. And yeah, these things are being geared up, because why? The time left is short. Everything's basically hit in high gear. We're seeing everything at full heat, full power. Seeing AI has been developed. That OpenAI has got, what is it, Sora, I think it was, where you're able to produce videos from prompts, and people say they're convincing as fuck. So it's getting into a stage where it's like all kinds of things are going to start being presented, and then people are going to be losing it. That's, it says in scripture, be able to deceive. If it were possible, they'll deceive the very elect. They're going to be able to do all kinds of madness. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, which is why we know there's these different things they're hinting at all lines up with prophecy, man. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Shalom.